Let's think about how metal changed the world. Let's think about how metal significantly affect civilizations. Metals have accompanied mankind since ancient ages in agriculture, warfare, and transport and cookeries. The six metals, such as gold, silver, copper, and tin, and lead, and iron, were used by prehistoric man. But gold and silver were too soft to be useful except for decorations. Since copper were useful as a tool but has little value as a weapon, bronze was developed by alloying copper with tin, which had useful strengths by forging. The discovery of this bronze significantly and decisively altered the development of civilizations. The ancient world passed from the Stone Age through the Bronze and Iron Ages to our modern developed society, being strongly dependent on metals and alloys. For copper, by throwing some copper minerals in a hot fire made with plenty of charcoal, the liquid copper will result almost automatically. This happened and was noticed probably a good 6,000 years ago. This was the decisive discovery of mankind. Precious and shiny metals could be made from dull stones by changing one seemingly immutable form into a completely different one through smelting processes. The Copper Age began to be replaced rather soon by Bronze Ages, and it lasted more than 2,000 years. Bronze is one of the most innovative alloys of man, which is much stronger than copper. Bronze had useful strengths by forging and could be cast to shape. The discovery of bronze significantly altered the development of civilizations. The next great development in metallurgy involves a metal iron with a high melting point, too high for primitive furnaces to extract it in pure form from its ores. The best one to achieve was a cluster of globules of iron mixed with sludge impurities. Formed was bloom, a mixture of high purity metallic iron and a cluster of slag which was removed by repeated heating and hammerings. This process turns the promising substance into a useful metal, but the produced metal was nearly pure iron, and thus could be easily shaped with hammers and tongs, but too soft to take and keep a good shape as a weapon as well as agricultural appliances. The iron so produced is called wrought iron. The meaning of wrought iron is to shape by hammering or beating by hand of blacksmiths. The wrought iron is very ductile for forging because it contains very little carbon content of less than 0.05, 0.08%. Concurrent with the transition from the bronze to iron was discovery of carburization, the process of adding carbon to wrought irons. While the iron bloom contains some carbon, the subsequent hot working oxidized most of it. And then smiths discovered wrought iron could be turned into a much harder product by heating the shaped piece in a bed of charcoal for some time and then quenching it water or oil. This procedure turned the outer layer of the piece into a steel, an alloy of iron and iron carbide, which was harder and less brittle than the bronze it began to places. Bronze Age was not abruptly replaced by Iron Age, but coexisted for about 1,000 years. The development of iron smelting was attributed to the Hittites of Anatolia during the late Bronze Ages. According to most recent theory, the development of iron technology was driven by disruption of the copper and tin trade routes due to the collapse of the empire at the end of the late Bronze Ages. So it is amazing that this Iron Age already began BC 1500 and or 1200 years